All right, next up, we've got a pedal I've been dying to try, the Audio Disruption Device's Failed Transmission. Tremendous thanks to ADD for sending me the failed transmission. Okay, so what we have here is a really cool, versatile, noisy, super unexpected fuzz. It can do oscillation, it can do sub-pitch stuff, it has like almost like a auto-wah stuff happening, it's got noise, it's got dirt, it has 2 gain stages that you can bounce back and forth between. This thing is rad. Our controls here start with loud, and that will control the overall output of the pedal while it's on. Noise will control the amount of oscillation mixed into the fuzz signal. Tune will adjust the pitch of the oscillation. Malfunction will add kind of like a dynamic envelope quality or filter to the oscillation, so it'll depend on your playing dynamics. And then we have 2 two-way toggle switches marked signal and static, and this will kind of adjust the characteristics of the low end, but I find even at like higher gain sounds, it will affect like mids as well. Transmit is our bypass switch on the left, and overload will switch between the 2 gain stages, and that'll be indicated by either a green LED or a red LED. Today's demo will be featuring my 2023 Mule Resophonic Mulecaster. And as always, we will be going into my Universal Audio Apollo X6 and then using the Softtube JMP 2203 amp plugin. So for our first clip, we're going to have the loud set just past 3 o'clock. We're going to roll the noise back to around, I guess it's 8 o'clock. Tune will be at 11 and malfunction will be all the way up. We're going to have both switches in the down position. In the beginning of the clip, we're going to start in the green LED or default setting, so it's lower gain. And man, it is such a rich, like a harmonically rich distortion fuzz sound that I found it really easy to get lost in. Like, not only is the noise behind the pedal or in the pedal introducing just so much interesting characteristics, but the tonal qualities of the fuzz itself is outstanding. It's really organic and chewy. It doesn't sound sterile. A lot of times when a fuzz can do synthy textures, it can sometimes feel a little flat or, like I said, sterile. And that's just, it's not the case here. It sounds very warm and organic and rich, and it's just a rad sound. Then I will engage the overload switch, higher gain, and it maintains all of that same richness and depth. It just gets more gain. One thing I really found awesome here is that at a higher gain setting, it doesn't get more harsh, it gets more full. And I really found this tone to be truly pleasing and just a joy to play. Like the way I felt my fingers responding to it and it responding to my playing, it was like a great symbiosis here. So anyway, enjoy. Oh, towards the end, I'm also going to be rolling the volume back so you can hear that it does clean up really well. Even with all this kind of chaos and noise and grit going on, it still cleans up beautifully. Now, enjoy. Okay, so for this next setting, we're gonna have loud just past 3, noise around 2 o'clock. We're gonna have the tune just past noon and malfunction just under noon. Both switches are gonna be in the up position. And that will actually come last in the chain because we're gonna be running that behind the Avalanche run V2. One of my favorite sounds is using a gated, glitchy fuzz distortion after a very kind of beautiful and pristine reverb or delay. And because we have the malfunction switch turned up a bit, the push from the Avalanche run into the failed transmission will create more dynamic response and more, of that envelope opening and closing based on our playing. Something I really fell in love with here is, especially in the beginning, there's almost like a phase happening where as that envelope is opening and closing, it is shaping the EQ a little bit as well. I don't know if that has to do specifically because there's a reverb running into it, but it's just such a cool sound. And you get just all this glitchy, synthy, pitch stuff and subharmonic frequencies and still a bunch of cool noise. And I love the way the gating works on this pedal. It's like very, very smooth. It's chewing up the signal a lot, but it doesn't feel like it's on or off. It's really like blending in perfectly, which is not always easy to find. And in our last clip, we're going to max the loud. We'll have the noise at noon, tone will be at 3, and we're going to roll off the malfunction all the way. Both switches will be up. From there, we'll bring in back the Avalanche run, and that will be at the end of the chain, providing a little bit of delay. So when we're talking about like rich, organic, harmonic, complicated, deep distortion or fuzz sounds, just dirt sounds in general, this has everything you're looking for, plus like a bunch of cool noise and overloading and, speaker explodey stuff. So in the beginning, I'm picking very lightly, and you just hear this. It's such a beautiful sound. And then as I dig in a little harder, you get these kind of spurts of static or like a blown speaker. And then when we roll up the volume, go harder, it's such a full, thick, it's very fuzzy. Not all fuzzes sound fuzzy, but in this setting, you definitely get that type of feeling and that type of sound where it's very thick, like a kind of a wave of fuzz washing over you. And as I keep saying over and over, because of like the glitchy stuff and the noise and all of this kind of soup of chaos going along with it, it's just such a complex and interesting sound. And you can hear whether it's neck pickup, whether I'm picking softly or middle pickup or bridge pickup, full out, this pedal just kind of eats up your playing. It really responds and communicates with you. It feels like there's a lot of back and forth and like I don't know, like a volley with this pedal where you respond to it, it responds to you. Such a great sound. Enjoy. And that is that for the failed transmission from audio disruption devices. Suffice it to say, I'm a huge fan. It's weird. Prior to starting this channel, I never would have considered that noise and, degraded types of sounds or distortions or effects would be my thing. But doing this show has really kind of forced me and allowed me to let go of preconceived notions of what I think something should sound like and just kind of embrace everything. And this sound from the failed transmission is warm and inviting and nostalgic and also very inspiring to do new things. It's a great sound. And it creates surprise because it's not like, cookie cutter or, following 1, 2, 3 dance steps or paint by numbers. Things happen that you don't expect, and then you can play off of that, which I love. I don't like knowing exactly what's going to happen all the time with my playing, with pedals. I love that exploration and excitement that comes from, improvisation and things just happening without me necessarily planning it. He builds super quality stuff. Obviously, aesthetically, it's incredible. It's so gorgeous. All of his pedals have just a beautiful design that, for me, it hits hard. So check out his stuff. Links in the description below. Follow his Instagram too, because he makes like one-off pedals or synth things or noise generating things in like crazy enclosures. He's a wizard out there. So check out his work. Check out everything else I'm using in the description below. And if you dig the content, please consider hitting subscribe, like, share. Let's blow the channel up and have 10 billion subscribers. You know what I mean? Until then, and until next time, peace.